What's up, everybody? I finally decided what I'm going to do with my car, this Nissan 300Z. So today I'm going to give you a rundown of what my plans are with it, and we're going to start tearing into it. So when I first bought this car, it hadn't been running for like 15 years. And so I was thinking that I was going to do like an LS swap or something like that. But I actually got the car running and it runs really good. I've done a little more research on the car, and so what I've decided to do is to put a turbo on it. When they were selling these cars new, they had two models, a naturally aspirated and a turbo version. This is the naturally aspirated version, but because they had turbo models, it's not that difficult to do a turbo swap on it. So that's a quick rundown of my plan for the car. So let's start tearing into this and see if we can get some of this old stuff off. So it's only one side of the exhaust manifold that you need to replace. On the passenger side, it loops around and it connects to the driver's side right under in here. And that's where the turbo goes. So I'm only going to need to replace this driver's side. And then I'm going to have to take off this upper manifold here to get down into where the fuel injectors are. So I'm just going to start ripping stuff apart. Now the better way to do this is probably to just pull the whole engine out. However, I don't have a cherry picker or an engine stand, so I'm going to try to do it with the engine in there. One of the reasons it would be beneficial to just pull the engine out is because I am going to have to replace the clutch, because this one just isn't going to hold a lot of power. When you pull the engine out, it's going to be, just sitting right there, and you can just replace it at that time. So one thing I'm going to go ahead and do is take a few pictures of this engine bay before I get a ton of stuff torn apart. That way, when I'm putting it back together, hopefully if there's something that I'm not sure where it goes, I can look at the picture and figure it out. So this piece here, it's some kind of an air idle control, and I think I'm actually just going to delete it. I know there's a few pretty common emissions parts that you can just delete. So I've gotten a bunch of bolts off, hoses unhooked, a few electrical connectors undone, and I'm hoping I got enough that I can pull this upper manifold off. There's 4 bolts right in the center of this thing that I'm working on right now. And then once I get these out, I'm going to try to pull it off. I'm sure there's a few things I've missed, but maybe as I pull it off, I can see what's connected to it and what else I need to unhook. So I can feel it moving. I can't tell if there's something else connected or not. I'll have to look around. So I got those last few bolts unhooked, and this thing is pretty loose now. I'm pretty sure I got everything. It was this one hose here. I need to get off. Come on. There we go. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, so there's, take that off. Now it looks like there's a ground right here that I need to unhook. And that, I think, should do it. So after getting that upper manifold off, this is what it looks like. My next step is going to be removing those fuel rails to get access to those fuel injectors. And then over here you can start to see that exhaust manifold right there. This is the driver's side. That's the one I'm going to be removing. Looks like there's some heat shields. Try to get those off. I'm sure those will be a pain. So the fuel rail is ready to come off. I think I got it all unhooked. I did mark the plug wire so that I know which fuel injector they go to. I think most of the other stuff I'll be able to tell where it goes to. But I think this should just come out. Of course, this doesn't want to come out very easy. Probably because it's zip tied together. Okay, I got that zip tie off, so that should make it a little bit easier here. Let's see. I broke down, got the camera stand so that I can use 2 hands here, but basically I just need to get that out. Okay, there we go. So I think I'm going to call that good for this video. I was hoping to get that exhaust manifold off, but I think it's going to be more difficult than what I want it to be, so I'll save that for the next video. If you want to follow this build, just hit my logo to subscribe, and thanks for watching.